So my name is Heather Whittlesey, and I'm a mixed media artist. I'm based in the Midwest. I work with all sorts of different materials. I love working with paper, with clay, with glass, and mixed media in general, and multiples of things. My evolution as an artist has been through the materials that I've utilized in my works. So it went from maybe some more traditional types of materials such as clay or glass or even painting, and then working towards more materials that aren't necessarily recognized as easily ready-made for art use. Things that inspire me. I really love looking at other artists' work and being able to absorb some of the ideas that they've had themselves and then being able to reinterpret them as my own. Specific inspirations, yes. One of them would be Sarah Z. She's also an installation-based artist. My ceramics professor, Ingrid Lilligren, is definitely an influence in my life. And I would say my colleagues around me too are really special in terms of bouncing ideas off of each other. Alexis Dwyer is one of them. She's a printmaker. She's been an absolute inspiration for me to continue my career as an artist. Okay, so the integration of feminism in my art is about how feminism today integrates into our culture and how we're affected by it. It has changed significantly over the decades. So what we're dealing with today is in no way, what we're dealing with today is similar to the past, but it's completely different because it's so much more complex and it takes so much more time and energy to really tease out some of the information that is important to recognize today. So my thought process specifically for this show, the reason why it's called Endorphins is because I was looking at a series of objects that I was interested in using for my next show. And there was one particular item that I came across that was especially, it stayed in my mind, it had reminisced with me. And it was an oral swab that you would get at a hospital, and they're pink and they're fluffy and they look really positive and they look like flowers, but some of the connotations behind them are death, because when you're using those kinds of materials you're in a hospital setting and you're ill, and it's sort of this thing that looks so positive really has these ideas behind them that aren't positive at all. So then I thought to myself, how can I interpret these negative energies into something that's a little more productive? And so I bounced off that idea and started looking at other items that had significant impacts in terms of emotions. And another thing that came to mind was a shopping tag, because when you go shopping, people love going shopping and buying things, and they get a rush off of doing that. And so that's like a release of endorphins. And I also think, things that you love to do release endorphins, but things that are also painful release endorphins, hence the oral swabs or the needles, and some of the other sharp objects. So I started to centralize the idea of endorphins about those objects that cause those bodily reactions and chemical reactions. I would say intensely within the last couple of years. When I first started off my art career, it was more craft based, and it was more ceramic and glass based. And then when I really started working with the information that was behind the work, that's when utilizing mixed media became the best option to relay those messages. The advice that I would give to younger artists is to keep moving forward and to be very passionate about what you do, and to always give it 110%, because that will always reflect, and that kind of investment will come back to you 100-fold. All right. The installation Endorphins is going to be at the Des Moines Social Club in the Viaduct Gallery. The opening reception is February 5th, 2016 from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m.
Today's show is brought to you by Fat Ham Productions. Fat Ham, right there.